Hey, my friend Abram Gonzalez here, and I want to talk to you about the problems with positive thinking, right? In 2006, I was, exposed for the very first time to law of attraction, positive thinking through The Secret, right? I watched the movie, read the book, all that good stuff, and it was a huge catalyst in my life. For the very first time, I became aware of the self-sabotage and the nasty thoughts in my head that were running my life. Right? I finally became aware of the fact that what was going on up here had a huge impact on what was going on out there. Right? And I know that you feel the same way too, especially if you've read some of that material or you've gone on and done some of your own research. That stuff can be a huge catalyst, right? I went from feeling miserable inside to actually becoming a pretty happy, pretty positive person. But it only got me so far. Right? And I know that you've thought the same thing too. Like you've started to rewire your brain. You started thinking a little bit differently and you are a happier person. But there are still the same roadblocks that you're coming up on again and again and again and again. And so for me, some of those things were the fact that, I was an entrepreneur still struggling through the grind, right? I'd gone from like just below poverty level, still relying on my parents quite a bit back in the day, to finally crossing that threshold and barely being able to pay the bills, but being self-sufficient, right? That wasn't good enough for me, right? I was also looking for the love of my life and she wasn't showing up. I was maybe looking in all the wrong places, but I didn't feel like I felt like everybody that I met, it was just like a disconnect between what I really wanted. And so I wondered for a long time, like, what is going on? I'm thinking all the positive thoughts, I'm saying the affirmations, I'm visualizing whatever. And I realized that positive thinking is not enough. See, because here's the problem with positive thinking. It's probably the only problem that I can see in terms of using it as a tool to change your life. And it's this, right? The tendency is to get trapped in the cycle of only being positive, right? Not experiencing or the full array of emotions that you might have, the full array of thoughts that are going to cycle through your mind, and judging the thoughts that don't align with the positive thoughts. So what does that mean? What does that do? Well, it creates a life of where you're living a facade. You're pretending your way, hoping that you're going to get there sometime, and what it doesn't allow you to do is actually get real, right? Actually get real with yourself and where you're at. See, the problem with positive thinking is that it's kind of like this, right? If your dog takes a dump in the family room and you don't clean it up, no amount of positive thoughts are going to get it to stop stinking, right? Or if you have if you have a bag full of trash in your kitchen, is putting it in the closet going to make it stop stinking? Maybe for like a day until it smells like rotting in your entire kitchen, right? You can't cover up the crap with positive thinking. You just can't. And the only way to get to the next level in your life is to actually acknowledge without judging where you're at. So if you don't have the results or you're not getting what you want out of life, it's okay to look at what's not working, right? It's okay to look at that and then find ways to change it, find ways to morph it. But guess what? Positive thinking in itself is not going to get you there. It's just not. So I want to turn it over to you. I want to get your feedback, your opinions on this subject. Please comment below. Let's not turn this into like a why law of attraction doesn't work. I want to keep it focused on why positive thinking isn't enough in order to create a massive change in your life, right? Of course, action is a huge part of the equation, but I don't think I think the positive thinking in itself doesn't allow people to be real. Right? Because we're real people, we have all sorts of thoughts, we have all sorts of emotions, and if you just try to cover them up, you're not experiencing life, and you're not experiencing the things that could possibly be the catalyst for you to reach the next level, right? So please comment below, leave me your thoughts. I'd love to know what you think about this, and that being said, appreciate you for watching my video. Please share it with friends. And I will see you on the next one. All right. Bye for now.